All right, so yeah, we got to talk about the First Descendant. I heard that this game was kind of like Anthem without jetpacks, Destiny, Warframe, all rolled into one. And then there's this right here, of course. It says co-op looter shooter. The First Descendant dethrones Elden Ring as Steam's top seller, which is impressive, but only 43% positive early reviews frame a rough start overall. We're going to talk about what the dev team is doing right now to adapt and try to fix this game currently because there have been some major issues. And yeah, we're going to talk about my own personal experience with the game as well. But you know, the numbers are pretty impressive currently because you got to consider that we got 207,000 players on the game right now, and it is not even the weekend. Of course, this game is a free to play title. That free entry helps that number, rise up. So we'll see how many players actually stick around if the dev team can fix all the issues. And I'm kind of curious to see what happens as players get past like the honeymoon phase and into more of the microtransactions that they're going to be experiencing no matter what with free to play. And yes, will this game end up like Anthem where it gets very redundant? That's what I really, really want to talk about because I've been seeing some reviews currently. And so far, my early impressions is, yeah, the gameplay is pretty snappy. I really do like the abilities, and the progression does feel really nice. And the traversal, as you can see right there, I really do like the traversal in this game. So in some ways, yeah, so far the game has some really cool stuff going on with the gameplay, but you may remember that also happened with Anthem. They had amazing abilities, jetpacks, and then it kind of became very, very redundant. And that's definitely one of the things I wanted to talk about right here is the impressive self-contained missions are kept locked behind doll errands as highlighted in this preview for like review in progress from IG. And I totally agree with that. I'm a little bit worried about how much I can withstand over like 100 hours, 200 hours. But then again, I have not gotten into the end game, but what's really holding my attention so far are the characters that I have yet to unlock because there's an entire progression system behind that, like with your current character you're playing as, and then also you have that 4 characters that you have yet to unlock. Some really cool modules that you can equip to your character itself and the weapons as well. Ultimately, there are problems with this one. The mixed rating is very telling. If we go into the Steam reviews, we have this right here. Ultimate Bunny's ass will carry the game's financial success. Probably. Most likely. We got some recommended here, and then we got the not recommended ones, which says Descendants cost $300, $600 to buy. That's not, $300 or $600. I think it's at the in-game currency, but Cash Shop is fixed at $250 and $520. Damn, just short. What can you expect from Nexon? So you can see how they're nickeling and diming people with the microtransactions. People aren't very happy about that at all. And then I've seen this several times where people want, kind of like a mid rating, not like complete downvote. Steam needs something in between the thumbs up and thumbs down. It's rough, not awful, not great. I'm kind of getting the hint from that with this one. I feel like there's some rough patches with it. The gameplay does feel ultimately smooth, but there's also some jankiness with that. Yeah, then we have this one right here. It says not recommended. This game released with more real money, purchasable items, and actual gameplay mechanics. Interesting enough, I even bought the currency to buy the battle pass. Jokes on everyone. In-game currency that's been purchased thus far. Is it being delivered to players? What a joke. More on that in just a moment. A reply from the dev team. This game plays very much like Destiny, and the AI is basic. Yeah, so far with the AI, I'm playing on normal difficulty. I'm not expecting anything mind-blowing with the AI since it is on normal difficulty. I'm just hoping that once I get into like hard or up the tier, that it's not just like buffing the health. It would be nice if these dev teams can actually implement some sort of new abilities for enemy AI or make them tougher in different ways than just buffing their health. We'll have to find out about that one. But the open world, how it's structured is definitely interesting. One of the things I have to give kudos to the dev team is the fact that it's very easy to get around this world. It is kind of open world. I shouldn't say it's completely open world. It's more like battle zones. More like, I guess you would compare it to Destiny in that regard, or even Warframe. And then when we talk about performance and the visual fidelity of the game, the graphics, I was pretty impressed. I just kept it on default. I think it's running on Ultra. I've got a 3080 Ti, but so far, everything has been running very smoothly, minimal glitches. I'm not falling through the world or anything like that currently. I know people have had crashes, they've had problems getting into the game, but that's going to be expected when you have a game first launch. I myself, I played probably like 6 hours after initial launch, and I was able to get in very, very quickly, have had no issues with connection the connectivity of the game. Haven't been booted from servers or anything like that. We'll see if that changes. I'm kind of curious to see how this game holds up during the weekend, of course. Yeah, another thing is back to the microtransactions issue, because I've seen many people mention that. Yes, it is definitely an issue. Yes, this is a free-to-play game. But also, I did note that a lot of the characters you can unlock, you can do that in-game without even purchasing them. So that's good news at the very least. But of course, ultimately, I'm very worried about the microtransactions. There's no way around it. Like, this being a free-to-play game, I just really hope that they don't get super severe as we keep going. Already, they're doing some shady stuff with how you purchase those coins. But anyway, let's go ahead and talk about what they're doing, the dev team is doing to actually adjust and fix things. Of course, there were some major issues at launch with people actually receiving their currency, their in-game currency that they purchased. So the dev team went out there and replied saying, here's some known issues that we found after the official launch on July 2nd. They have this whole list of bugs that they're currently addressing. It's a massive list. I'm not going to highlight every single thing on there, but they're definitely working on that. They're working on a current patch currently. And also they did have this to say as well right here. Check it out. It says this: we have identified an issue where there's a delay in the delivery of Caliber upon payment and Twitch drop reward. That's where a lot of the negativity came in from the initial launch of this game. They did finally update this, saying the Caliber delivery issue has been resolved. New purchases will be delivered within 10 seconds. Re-enter the shop for prior purchases. Resolving Twitch drops delay is ongoing. As an apology, we will provide, all sorts of stuff here. As you can see, I'm going to open that up so you guys can see what they're going to be doing. For those of you that kind of got screwed over at the launch of this game, they're really trying to work around the clock, make everything smooth. Let me know if you guys got your Caliber, if you got your Twitch drops, or if you feel screwed over currently. I know a lot of people are frustrated with how this one launched. But yeah, the Steam reviews keep rolling in here as I make this video. People are having trouble logging in. Big time concerns about microtransactions. Good game, but my computer sucks, so I can't play. Nice asses though. Very generic, but buy skins shooter. The gameplay is boring after 1 hour, and everything good skin-wise is locked behind a paywall with no way to buy in-game currency. Resident Evil 4 level dialogue. Yeah, mentioning that, with the story with this one, again, it's not going to be like overly impressive. There's times where I actually laugh, so at least there's that. It's definitely a story where I'm just going to be more like laughing with it or something than being absolutely ultra serious. But yeah, also people are having some performance issues as well. Another Nexon cash grab. Here's a more detailed review here. Reminds me of Overwatch 2, had plenty of potential, lots of potential, but the moment I opened it, I was bombarded with an overflow of information and predatory monetization practices. I know cosmetics are a cash cow in the gaming industry, but making a good game first and developing a solid, loyal fan base not only gives you long-term success rather than just a short-term squeeze, but lets you sleep at night with pride that you actually created something instead of just running a soulless business. Ooh, the burn. Money's great. Everyone wants to make money, etc. But there are things better than money out there, and this game isn't one of them. Not yet. Maybe feedback will lead to a redemption arc and change. I've seen it happen before. It is possible for a developer or publisher to pull themselves out of the dumpster and create something great when previously blinded by greed, but it's not common. Only time will tell. Might play this for a bit here and there, but from the looks of it, this doesn't seem grind-worthy despite the grind. Yeah, and they've got a lot going on with the grind with this game as well. That's, again, since it's free to play, ultimately they're going to try with these games to keep you in the game for as long as possible. So I'm very worried about that. But, again, like back to the positive stuff here, we do have someone saying it is a beautiful looking game and it is not woke at all. I will give it a thumbs up mostly because of that and because it is a free game, but the game is not for me. I was hoping it was an open world type game, maybe like Division 2. It's not at all. It's somewhat open areas, but it feels like a virtual simulated shooting grounds. Doesn't feel like a world I would care about. It doesn't feel human. It feels more like I'm inside a machine world made up with chunks from history of our world, like if it was some kind of dream I can't wake up. Interesting take here. Yeah, ultimately reviews are all over the place currently. A lot of people dealing with crashing, 4 hours to craft your first basic gun, then what in-game crafting is 24 to 48 hours. I'm out. So yeah, all over the place with this one. Let me know how you guys are enjoying it. I have a feeling this might end up being like another Anthem situation where people kind of get in here, enjoy at first, and then it gets a little bit or a lot of bit grindy and redundant with the mission structure and mission design. So I'm a little bit worried about that one, but so far initial impressions are good graphics, good visuals, snappy gunplay, smooth. For me personally, not dealing with much in the way of performance issues or disconnects. I'm not running like an ultra 4K in that regard. I'm just playing it safe. I'm running at like 1080p. That's no big deal for me. But yeah, you know, for those that want to push 4K, even 2K, they might be having issues there. But anyway, yeah, we'll see how this one pans out. Might be fun to hop in, you know, with friends during the weekend, goof off with it. But we'll see if it ultimately can last for like 6 months to a year. That's when people really start getting critical. But thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned here for more First Descendant. I'm covering Diablo 4 as well. I'm going to be actually playing the brand new Spiritborn class from Diablo 4 at Blizzard HQ. So stay tuned for that if you wanted to see that. But anyway, thank you all, and I will see you all next time. Take care.